All right. So great insight there, as I said, from Kevin Noon. Really enjoyed talking to him, somebody that covers Ohio State each and every day. That's literally his job, folks, is he covers Ohio State each and every day. And in part of that, he is in tune with what's going on with this alliance and stuff like that. I've been talking to you guys for a week about how much I want to talk about the alliance. So I'm going to let you guys say what you want to say and kind of clear the floor out of it. And then I'm going to give my opinion, my humble opinion on the alliance. So we'll start with our Big Ten homer here, our resident Ohio State. You can see he's rocking he even put the Ohio State in our show notes tonight, guys. So, Donovan, the floor is yours, sir, on Ohio State and the alliance right now.
Yeah, listen, I think the SEC over the years, most recent, has tried to big dog their way with the Power Five, right? And so I think in a way we agree, Blayne. I think that the alliance in essence is them kind of backing them in a corner and say, you're not going to have your own way, right? You're going to have your voice, but if you don't want to play with us, not literal sense, play. But if you don't want to play a game with us, then you can go sit in your own corner, right? So I think that's what part of the alliance is. Again, do I think there's much to it? That's to be seen. But I like the move to try and kind of keep the security and the voices of the Big Ten, ACC, Pac-12 together, while the SEC tries a key word. I don't think it's going to be successfully to use their own voice while loud to outshine the other conferences.
Josh?
See, it's funny because I saw this on Twitter yesterday, and I told my boss about it. He's actually an Ohio State fan too. He's from Ohio. He said, yeah, I've seen this thing about the alliance. Like, how real is this? I said, well, the first tweet I saw was there's no written contracts. It is solely on trust. I said, that's about as real as it is. And he said, well, yeah, that sounds about right. So I'm looking towards like the professional wrestling aspect of like who turns heel first and goes against the others. Like if Ohio State did say, hey, the SEC called, maybe we should listen to them and actually, go get that money in the SEC. And they joined up eventually, like 2030 down the line. I don't know, but I'm just waiting. It actually benefits the SEC because it makes them look bad. The Big Ten, the ACC, and the Pac-12, they look desperate. And they like put like this long paragraph, but we're going to help the communities and this is going to be great for the schools and the finance. No, this is y'all saying we have to do something because the SEC now has Oklahoma and Texas. And say what you want about Texas, but Oklahoma obviously being one of the top teams. They possibly have 3 teams that are repeatedly in the playoffs over and over and over again. So to me, it's just a desperate move. I don't think anything comes out of it. And we'll talk about scheduling coming up here. Looks like, Ohio State, some of these Big Ten teams and Pac-12 teams play this year that might, shake things up. So we'll see. But I think it's a bunch of nothing. I think the SEC is supreme and the other conferences are saying, hey, this is all we've got.
Now, Blayne, before you start, speaking of money, Ohio State's never going to the SEC for money. As the Big Ten, as far as I'm aware, is the highest grossing conference of all of them, not just Power Five. I just wanted to throw that out there.
We got Longhorn Network. It's gross, all right. You said gross, right? It's gross. Now, hold on. Let me stretch out a little bit here because I've been waiting. I've been waiting a while. I'm ready to let loose on the alliance here. So here's what happened. The SEC was already like the fraternity in college that everybody wanted to be a part of, right? So they have, the best parties. They're always, in the know on everything. Everything is wonderful. Everybody's wanting to be a part of that group, that fraternity. And then outside over in the Big 12, 2 guys that were the coolest 2 guys in this rival fraternity decided, you know what? We want to jump ship. We want to go over here with the SEC in Texas and Oklahoma. And it totally just rocked the social society, of everybody around. And basically what happened is these people responded, meaning when I say these people, meaning the Big Ten, the Pac-12, and the ACC responded in the most passive aggressive way that you can by saying, okay, we're going to do something. But we're not really going to do anything because we're not going to sign anything. We're already scheduling each other. Ohio State plays Oregon this year.
Yep.
Cal plays. Washington plays Michigan this year. So that's already happening. So what does that even mean? All this is doing is a way to try and prevent ESPN from getting further reach and becoming even more dominant in the college football space. They're trying to help Fox out. Also, all they're trying to do is now, and how crazy is this? So it was the other conferences other than the SEC that decided that they wanted to expand the playoffs, right? That was Greg Sankey made that clear when he went on the Paul and Five Mom show this week and said, hey, it was not the SEC's representative that brought up this expansion thing. And now people are coming back and saying, oh, now we don't want expansion. The alliance is, because I don't know what is going on with their thinking here. They've realized, oh, crap, now the SEC has a chance to have 6 teams in the playoffs. And, we may get one if we're lucky. So it was a lot of just absolute reactionary, like I said, passive aggressive stuff with the alliance. And I don't think anything's going to come out of it. Like Josh said, somebody's going to turn heel, and it's not going to be like even a good heel turn. It's going to be like when Stone Cold Steve Austin turned heel and everybody hated it. Like that's what's going to happen right there. So, I think the alliance is a waste of time, but we do, lucky for us, I think these conferences, if they stay in their own lane, in their own merit, and do things the right way, and maybe shuffle some teams around, go cherry pick some AAC teams, bring in a Boise State or a BYU, somebody sacks up and tries to go get Notre Dame and bring them in.
I was getting ready to say they might lose out in all this. If they don't get picked up, they're like, we got to play USC, Ohio State, and Clemson this year.
I'm looking at you, Big Ten, to go in there and bring in Notre Dame, because that's where they belong. They belong in the Big Ten. That's where Notre Dame should be. The fact that Notre Dame even got this deal with the ACC, Kevin Warren and people like that should feel absolutely ashamed. Not that he shouldn't already feel ashamed for trying to be the Grinch that stole football Christmas last year, where he tried to cancel all the season and everybody said, hey, you're not getting away with that. This is America and football matters, and we're going to play football. So that's kind of what happened there. So anyways, that's my soapbox on the alliance. Want to get into our conference breakdowns, but the way that we do it here, and if it's your first time here, this is CFB Unfiltered, a member of the Bleav Podcast Network, and we are streaming live here on the 365 Sports YouTube channel. So thankful to partner with 365 Sports. They have live shows every day. They got 365 Sports Live. They have Baylor updates, Baylor sports updates. So you need to make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications to get all the 365 sports content. As well, a quick plug for one of the fellow shows here on 365, The Hard Count, as you can see on the screen. If you're watching on YouTube, The Hard Count with JD Pickell. He's a former Cornell football player, transferred to Baylor. Now he's doing his thing here on the 365 Sports Network, brings great takes, has a wonderful show over there. So make sure to tune into that. Yeah. So we love watching all his stuff as well. So now, guys, let's get into our segment. What I was going to tell everybody, we have 3 segments here on the show that we like to do. We talk about playoffs, we talk about Heisman Trophy contenders, and we talk about the big 3. And we're going to touch on the playoff contenders on each one of the conferences, ACC, Big 10, and Pac-12, as we get into Pac-12? It. Yeah, maybe Pac-12. But let's talk about some playoffs.